Hey guys, this is day 3 of our Jonah story. All right, so a quick recap. Um, we talked about who a messenger was. That's somebody who carries a very special message for someone, and that God had special messengers called prophets. And so, one particular prophet that we're talking about is Jonah. And one day, God asked Jonah to go to Nineveh to tell people to stop doing bad things. Jonah did not want to go because he didn't like the people of Nineveh. So instead, Jonah ran from God. He went to the port and hopped on a ship. The ship he chose was headed in the opposite direction. When Jonah got on the boat, instead of listening to God, he was very, very sad. He knew he was disobeying God. So when Jonah got on that ship, he laid down and he slept because he was so sad. And while he slept, God sent a terrible storm. The storm was so bad and the sailors were terrified. Whoops. Here we go. They were terrified. Sorry, Miss Hendry hit a button. Sailors had never been in such a bad storm. They started throwing cargo overboard so that they did not sink. The winds blew harder and harder and kept getting worse. They were so scared that they started calling on their gods, but the storm did not stop. Sailors saw Jonah asleep and said, "This storm is so bad. How are you sleeping? Wake up, wake up. The ship is sinking." The sailors said, "Wake up and pray to your God. Tell him to help us." But Jonah was too ashamed to pray to God because he was running from him. He knew that the storm was his fault. The sailors then asked him who he was and why is God using a storm to get your attention. Jonah then told them that he was running from God. He was supposed to go to Nineveh, but he did not want to. And so Jonah then told the men that the only way to get the storm to stop was to throw him overboard. The sailors did not want to hurt Jonah, but they also didn't want to die in the storm. So they picked him up and threw him into the water. As soon as they threw him in, the storm stopped. They now realized that Jonah's God was the one true God. And we're going to see what happens to Jonah tomorrow on our last Jonah Day.